Recording just in case this goes funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are you?
What are you, blogger?
Might be.
But I can only have official photographers on site.
I don't think that's true. This is why I'm recording because.
No, I can't. I'll have to do this where you are. It can only be official photographers.
No, it's alright. He's within his rights.
You're well out of order, love. We had Remembrance Sunday last week, and you're telling me what I can and can't do.
Listen to some music.
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, help yourself, mate. Oh, sorry. I can just cover over this. What a knobhead you are.
Put that on YouTube.
Who do you think you are telling me? What is this, Papers, Please? Get out of my bloody face. You absolute tyrant. Yeah, you bloody are. Let's see your ID. Who are you? Let's see your ID.
I'm trying to get a reaction.
No, I'm not. You've really wound me up. Let's see your ID. Look here. Look here, going to foreign security.
You what?
Look here, going to foreign security.
Foreign security?
Yeah, the foreign, aren't they?
I don't know what nationality you are, probably British.
Yeah, South Central Asian, you can tell. You absolute traitor.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you're out on Remembrance Sunday,
There's a guy
mate.
here filming kids.
Oh, we're going like that. You are going to look such a prat on YouTube later, you really are. You absolute scumbag. Show me your ID. Who are you?
What do you mean? I don't need to show you anything.
Well, I don't have to show you my ID either.
This guy.
Mate, you are in big trouble. I'm going to find out who you are.
What's your handle then?
Just once, he's a better bloke than you, and you're supposed to be English, you traitor.
I don't know what's happening. It's a public area. Files on wheeled out. They said you were drunk, but...
Yeah, I'll show you my photos. Can I have your ID before I go?
Why do you need that?
Because I want to put a complaint in about you. Falsely accusing me, slander, saying I'm photographing kids.
We've had in general.
No, you didn't. You did not mean. You did not mean that. You did not mean that.
Show me your footage and tell me there's no kids on it.
There is kids in it, and do you know the law, moron? Do you know the law? Oi, retard! Do you know the law? Calling me a bloody insinuating I'm a paedophile.
He's just trying to get a rise.
I've already got the footage I needed anyway. You're an absolute scumbag.
There's no kids here. Staff, they come over and say that he's filming. Right?
It's only official photographers allowed.
But there's not. It's a public area, public space.
It's a private event.
Yeah, but it's a public access.
This area here is a private event.
It's public access though, isn't it?
But there's only.
So what are you going to do if I stood up there?
Allowed to take pictures.
But you haven't put any documentation up to back that up, have you? Show me your guidelines or whatever.
No, I haven't.
No.
But I'm telling you that's the crack.
So what happens if I carry on?
You'll be asked to leave start and we'll get the police.
And are the police going to enforce that when it's a public area with public access?
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
It's a private event.
And it's got public access.
It's a private event.
So what if I'm a journalist, freelance journalist?
You need to register with.
And besides, sorry, before I go any further, who is he insinuating I'm a paedophile?
He's one of the organisers.
All right, what's his name? I need to put a complaint.
I don't know.
So it's all right for people just come up to say you're photographing, filming kids. Because it's a hobby. It's a Christmas event.
Taking pictures of children. That's what he's asking you. Are you taking pictures of children? And that's why they're saying it's all the organised photographers to take pictures.
Oh, because you definitely don't know they're paedophiles, do you? That's the road you're going down. And you know what? Were you out laying reefs last week, Remembrance Sunday and all that?
Sorry?
Were you out laying reefs for Remembrance Sunday last week, or attending Remembrance Sunday last week?
Yeah.
Look at the absolute tyranny we're in now. You can't even go around taking photos.
I used to run a kids' football team.
Yeah.
Take pictures of kids playing football.
So what do you do if someone's walking around with an iPhone or a little GoPro or something like that?
Ask them to put it
You wouldn't know though, would you?
Well, if I saw
Look
it,
at me.
I'd ask them to put it
Camera, tripod, camera.
If I saw it, I'd ask them to put it
But you wouldn't know. I guarantee. What about Google Glass? Google Glass.
So I'd ask them to put it away.
Yeah, you can't because you don't know who's filming and photographing in this age. Someone could fly a drone over. You won't be able to find out who it was.
It's all lifts and bolts in there.
Yeah, it is, but you're just not thinking. That's the problem. That's the problem in this country. People don't think anymore.
What the organisers have said to me.
All right, the organisers aren't the law, though, are they? The law is this is a public space. Get the police, mate, because this is just going nowhere. You've got your little tyrannical law policies, and the law says I'm in a public space, public photography. Public. All right, so all these members, member of the public. Have they all got cameras on their smartphones?
Like you said, it's up to us.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but
It's up to the organisers what they want.
So we can ask you to do.
So what happens if I stand up on the public footpath filming into here?
On the public footpath, that's in the
That's ridiculous.
Well, I don't make the rules.
It's stupid though, isn't it?
Well, it is that.
Yeah.
So it is stupid.
Yeah.
All we want-
Welcome to Britain
we
in
don't want you to
2024.
argue with that gentleman in front of kids. And there's kids here. Right? We're not blaming you or anything like that.
Yeah,
Right? We're not accusing you of anything. We're just doing our job. At the end of the day.
He's actually a better bloke than you lot, honestly.
But he's the manager.
Yeah.
We're just telling you.
We don't make the rules.
This country is just an absolute joke. It's an absolute it's a tyranny by the back door, and you lot are enforcing it. So, yeah, so you've apologised, yeah.
They're misinformed, it's a public place, you're quite right in what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you can do as you please.
Yeah.
Do
Thank
know
you
what I
very
mean?
much. I appreciate that.
It is.
I know. You're doing your job. You're following what you've been told to
only do what they
do.
can.
To be honest with you, you appeared after what really made me angry. Was a guy who come right in my face, starts bringing up kids,
One of the organisers.
and then he also shoves the phone in my face with copyrighted music because he thinks I'm a YouTuber, he thinks I'm a blogger,
Right.
he thinks I'm an auditor. I'm not. I've come all the way from Derby because this is the one day Darwen's going to look really good without being rude.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So if I came any other day, it'd be really quiet and deserted. I want busy and people.
Yeah.
We were locked down 3 years ago, weren't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But I'm not a dickhead.
You're not. You're
And
not.
if I
And I
admit
could
wrong,
tell.
I'll admit on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So.
And I could also tell with your manner that you were just in between. You could understand where I was coming from.
Yeah, of course,
You're sound, mate.
It
You're
is.
sound.
It is a lot.
Same as a Muslim, as they're good and all. But it's just that one guy and that woman really wound me up at the beginning.
Yeah.
But they're going to look like prats on YouTube later. So
So I mean,
yeah.
like I said, it's all we can do is ask you not to.
Yeah.
You don't want to take any notice. That's up to you.
I've got a
You
job.
know what I mean?
I've got a job to do as such. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. But and I also appreciate you just
Yeah, not a problem.
holding your hand up, mate. You're a good
Like I
bloke.
said, if I make wrong, I'll say.
Yeah, that's a very manly thing to do. Thanks, mate. That was the manager there, security guard, just apologising. He's just following the policies he's been told. The organisers got it wrong though. Obviously it's a public space, so there we go. Right, all. So I just wanted to add some extra context and a bit of a summary to that video you've just watched. So this morning I woke up quite late in Derby. But I came from Essex yesterday where I work, came from Essex to Derby where I live, got my head down. And then this morning, obviously it's a weekend, so I had a choice. I either got the train down to Oxford where they've got a Victorian Christmas market, or I go up to Darwen, which is a lot rougher than Oxford. Although it has got some obviously lovely old buildings and that, but sadly the north of England, particularly that area, has been very much neglected and forgot about in comparison to Oxford. So I decided to go to Darwen. I've been to Darwen about 4 times over the last 6 years, and on every occasion I've never done it justice. Every time I've been there, been quiet, deserted, and I've come away making the place look like a zombie apocalypse, like shutters down. Wasn't fair on the town at all. So I decided to go to Darwen for one last time and really finish it off and cement it. Arrived around 11 o'clock. It's quite an easy journey. It was only about an hour and a half to get up there. Weren't too bad at all. About 100 miles, I think it was. M6 wasn't too bad, which is quite unusual. It's normally clogged up with traffic. And I parked up somewhere near Darwen Services and then walked the whole way in because I didn't want to miss anything in between. I wanted today to be the final day that it really gets finished off, cemented, good for good. And so I walked all the way down and finally got to the Christmas market that was taking place, and I walked in, started taking a few photos, a few videos, and out of nowhere this woman comes up to me. It's like, "Who are you?" And it was just, they were like real life NPCs, the way they came up to me, like very vacant looking, spaced out eyes, and that smug twat. He was alright to begin with. I thought he was okay. I was engaging with a woman and she wound me up because I thought, you're the sort of idiot, probably that works for the council, that was laying reefs, for Remembrance Sunday last week, and now you're here saying, "Who are you? What are you doing?" Like, fuck off. And then that twat shoves his phone in my face with these copyrighted music because he thinks it can block out your YouTube video. Little does you just have to, on the editing software, just cut it out, or But anyway, so obviously escalated there, and when he threw the kids thing in there, you know, you can photograph. For those who aren't aware, you can photograph anything in public as long as it's not indecent. You know, you can't really zone in on a kid on a beach, for example, because obviously that could be classed as indecent. It's a bit iffy, you know. If there's a kid who happens to be on the top of his dad's shoulders at a Christmas market, you know, it's not illegal. Basically, that isn't. It is a tricky area. Don't get me wrong. It's not, and I understand concerns and so on. I wouldn't want to give a freeway to dodgy people, but he was just a knobhead, an absolute knobhead. He claims I was trying to get a reaction. Imagine if I'd have come up to him and said, "Why have you got a camera on your phone? Are you a paedophile?" And he looks a bit dodgy to me, looking at him now. I never noticed it at the time, but looking at the video. And there's that thing called reflecting, isn't there? You know, where you reflect your darkest thoughts onto others. So you never know. I'm not insinuating but you never know. It's a bit of a strange thing to come out with all the time, into that stuff. Yeah, so as you saw, it escalated. But I suppose what I really wanted to say was there's a few things there. I think what really angered me and got me wound up more than anything was the fact that I think I drove from Derby to Darwen specifically to make their town look good in a photo album, and this is the abuse I have to put up with of people, you know, particularly people that work in the council. Kind of says a lot about the councils across the country, really, doesn't it? Because the vast majority of them are like this as well, completely corrupt, as was proven there. Full of very dodgy people as well that don't even know the kind of laws that are around public photography, for example. The Muslim lads, fucking hell, that is the perfect example of how to behave and how to be a security guard. Very humble, you know, calmed it down, and you know, he was a good guy, a big lad as well. You know, so he was the way to behave. And then finally, the English guy I was speaking to the second time in a red jacket, I think he was a manager, he was sound as well. He's the guy who came up to me afterwards. I went into the museums, calmed down for a bit, for about 20 minutes, had a cup of tea, had a chat with someone in there. And then when I came back out, he happened to be coming across. It was only by chance. And it turned out someone had told him, you know, it's a public event, public photography. I seem to think it was a lady who works inside the market that must have told him that. And yeah, he came and apologised, held his hand up, and I've got nothing but respect for that. But that I would have loved for... The thing is with people like that guy at the beginning with the beard and the glasses, they can behave like that because there's laws in the way protecting them. I would have loved nothing more than to have punched his face in. I really would. That smug look on his face. But they can get away with it while there's laws in the way. I wish it was like America where they've got the Second Amendment and you know, he happened to cross onto my land or something like that. Absolute knobhead. Normally I blur people's faces out because I think it's an honest mistake, but he is just an absolute vile piece of shit. Yeah, so that's that, and I think I've cleared up my points on that, and I've thrown a few photos in here just to kind of back myself up. One thing I will say, I'm well aware that I seem quite emotional about it because I was just very wound up at that bloke. You know, it's more, what angers me more is the fact you can't lash out. You've got to behave, you've got to restrain yourself, and that's what really annoys me in this big open prison that we're in. However, to finish on, you know, Darwen, it's been a great day, and you know, I've met lots of decent people as well. I wouldn't hold the whole town because of one idiot. Well, there's been a few idiots today, but I always have problems in Lancashire, has to be said. But generally, I've enjoyed it. I'm glad that Darwen's done properly now. It's, you know, I can put a decent album together and kind of call it a day on that place. It's took me 6 years really to finish off Darwen properly. 6 years of evolution from a shy young lad, well, in my 20s, scared of upsetting anyone, and you know, like, street photography is quite a tough game, especially nowadays, as you just shown. You know, that would have terrified me once upon a time, but I stood my ground, and obviously I won, you know, because in the end they realised they were in the wrong. So there you go, that's that. I just want to clear it up by throwing a few photos in there as well from the day. Cheers.